For over a decade, the Shark Tank was a fortress. It was a place where visiting teams dreaded walking into. It was loud, it was intimidating, and it was a gauntlet to try and pull 2 points out of. But then the noise stopped. The stars aged out, the wins dried up, and the SAP Center became a place of transition. For 5 long years, San Jose wasn't just losing games, they were letting go of players from years past. Now they were simply looking for a reason to care again. On June 28, 2024, the silence finally broke when Macklin Celebrini pulled that teal sweater over his head. Celebrini became the foundation of an entire franchise. The hype was deafening. The Hobie Baker, the NCAA dominance, the prodigy labels, but we've seen high picks crumble before under the weight of a struggling market. The question wasn't whether Macklin was good. The question was whether an 18-year-old kid could carry the weight of a dying franchise on his shoulders. The 2024-25 season was a 70-game proof of concept for the San Jose Sharks' entire future. When the puck dropped on opening night against St. Louis, the atmosphere at the SAP Center was the most electric it had been in years. Celebrini didn't make the fans wait. He became the youngest player in Sharks history to score in his debut, and for one night, fans could see the light at the end of the tunnel. However, the reality of the NHL grind set in quickly. A hip injury sidelined the top pick for 12 games shortly after his debut, threatening to derail his Calder campaign before it truly began. When he returned, Celebrini was a workhorse. He wasn't just scoring, he was outmuscling veterans in the corners and playing a 200-foot game that coaches usually take years to instill. As the season progressed, his chemistry with fellow rookie Will Smith became the focal point of the Sharks' offense. While the team sat near the bottom of the standings, Celebrini's personal stock soared. He punctuated his rookie year on April 9, 2025 with a hat-trick against the Minnesota Wild, the first by a first overall pick since Austin Matthews in 2016. By the time the season wrapped, Celebrini had rewritten the franchise record books. He finished with 25 goals and 38 assists for 63 points. Though he ultimately finished as a finalist for the Calder Trophy, the hardware was secondary to the mission he accomplished. He proved that the Sharks finally had a true superstar to guide them out of the rebuild. If his rookie season was the spark that lit the fuse in San Jose, this 2025-2026 campaign is the explosion that has the rest of the NHL on notice. We often talk about sophomore slumps, that dreaded plateau where the league catches up to a young player's tendencies. But for Macklin Celebrini, the league hasn't caught up, he has simply pulled further away. To understand what we are witnessing, we have to look at the data. Through 45 games this season, Celebrini has put up 24 goals and 46 assists for 70 points. It's a 1.55 point per game pace, and to put that in perspective, he trails just Nathan MacKinnon and Connor McDavid for the NHL lead in points. But the standard stats only tell half the story. To see why he's a truly generational talent, we have to look at the advanced analytics as well. This is the profile of a player who has mastered the offensive zone at 19 years old. His offensive rating sits at a staggering 91. His 93rd percentile in finishing and 98th percentile in assists should terrify all 31 opposing teams. Most young players take time to refine their shooting rhythm early on or their ability to execute plays, but Celebrini has developed a pro-level release that finds holes in even the most structured defense. He's scoring from the high-danger areas, yes, but he's also converting on the medium-danger looks that most players would pass up. And when it comes to playmaking, he is executing at the highest of levels. One of the most underrated aspects of his game, shown here, is his 92nd percentile in penalties drawn. This is a direct result of his elite skating and puck protection. Defenders realize too late that they can't take the puck from him legally, so they reach, they hook, and they trip. He is essentially a power play generator for the San Jose Sharks, constantly forcing the opposition into compromising positions just to slow him down. And this is something that quantifies both his shiftiness on the ice, but also his willingness to go to the dirty areas. And like I always say, the advanced analytics should be used in combination with the eye test. His defensive rating being a 32 is one of the cases where I believe it is important to utilize the eye test. He's not Alexander Barkov, but he has shown the ability to be an effective two-way player. Most 19-year-old centers are sheltered by their coach. They get easier starts in the offensive zone and stay away from the other team's superstars. But not Celebrini. He is the Sharks' first-line center, and he is taking the hardest matchups the most defensive zone starts, and playing against the McDavid and McKinnons of the world every single night. As we look at the trajectory at the bottom of his card, the story becomes clear. From year 1 to year 2, Celebrini has improved from both a point production and play driving standpoint. He is currently on pace to shatter every teenage scoring record in San Jose Sharks history. But his sights aren't just set there. He's also chasing records from all-time greats like Wayne Gretzky and Sidney Crosby. In the modern NHL, we talk a lot about complete players. We look for guys who can win a face-off in their own end, skate 200 feet, and finish the play with a highlight reel goal. And now that isn't just a dream for the Sharks anymore. It's a nightly reality of Macklin Celebrini. When we break down the mechanics of Celebrini's game, everything eventually leads back to the most lethal tool in his arsenal, the shot. In the modern NHL, having a good shot isn't enough. You need a release that can beat goaltenders with ease. What separates Macklin Celebrini is the speed and limited space he needs to get his shot off. He doesn't need a wide stance or a massive windup to generate power. Instead, he utilizes a snap release where he transfers energy from his lower body through his stick in a fraction of a second. This catch and release ability means that by the time a goaltender has tracked the pass, the puck is already past them. But power and speed without precision is not useful. However, Celebrini's accuracy is absolutely elite. His 16.2% shooting percentage this season isn't a fluke. It's the result of a player who consistently picks corners while moving at top speed. Whether it's a crossbody one-timer or a quick snapshot release, he has an uncanny ability to find the net. And although that 16.2% is high, it ranks 86th league-wide among players with at least 400 minutes played, showing that it is not some unbelievable and unsustainable rate. Perhaps his most elite trait, however, isn't the shot itself, but how he manipulates space to take it. He possesses a veteran sense of finding soft ice. He'll drift into the high slot, seemingly disappearing from a defender's radar for a split second, only to reappear exactly as the lane opens up. He lives in the high danger area right in front of the crease, where he uses his finishing ability to turn offensive zone time into goals. He doesn't just wait for scoring chances, he hunts them constantly. In doing so, he positions his body to ensure that when the puck arrives, he is already in the optimal position to end the play. In addition to his shot, Celebrini's passing and playmaking vision are other aspects of what make him a franchise center. To be an elite distributor at the modern NHL, you can't just be a one-way passer. You have to be able to facilitate from any position, and Celebrini does exactly that. Whether he is on his forehand or forced onto his backhand, his ability to deliver tape-to-tape passes through layers of defense is uncanny. It's this versatility that makes him impossible to force into a specific lane, as every angle is a potential scoring threat for his teammates. However, the magic of his playmaking isn't just the manual skill of the pass. It's in the manipulation of defensive structures. Celebrini is a master of drawing attention. He doesn't just stand on the perimeter looking for an opening, he aggressively carries the puck into the heart of the zone, using his edges and offensive IQ to force defenders to commit to him. By purposefully skating into high traffic areas, he collapses the opposing defense, drawing 2 or even 3 players towards his orbit. The moment the defensive structure breaks, Celebrini strikes. He has the awareness to spot a teammate in a quiet zone just as the defender leaves them to challenge him. Whether it's a cross-seam feed to Will Smith or a slot feed to Tyler Toffoli, he waits for the exact millisecond of defensive overcommitment before releasing the puck. This cat-and-mouse game allows him to manufacture high-danger chances out of thin air, proving that while he can finish a play himself, he is just as happy being the architect of someone else's goal. To understand the Crosby-esque aspects in Celebrini's game, you have to look past the box score and into the mechanics of how he survives and thrives in the high-traffic areas of the NHL. At just 19 years old, Celebrini possesses a low center of gravity that makes him nearly impossible to knock off the puck. His protection style is built on a foundation of leverage. When a defender initiates contact, Celebrini doesn't shy away. Instead, he leans into the check, using his wide stance and powerful core to create a physical shield between the opponent and the puck. By pinning a defender on his hip while maintaining his stride, he turns every puck battle into a test of endurance that he usually wins. When you can't outmuscle him, you can't strip him. The only option left to do is trip or hold, and it's just one reason why he is able to draw penalties at the rate he does. But that strength is only half the equation. What makes his puck protection truly elite is how it integrates with his skating ability. Celebrini isn't just a north-south speedster. He is a master of edge work and lateral agility. He uses his inside and outside edges to cut through the neutral zone, changing his angle of attack in a split second without losing an ounce of momentum. It's this edge work that also allows him to spin off checks during board battles in a way that makes checking him extremely difficult. What we're witnessing from Macklin Celebrini is a total, undisputed takeover of a franchise by a 19-year-old phenom. Week after week, he is stepping onto the ice and dictating the terms of the game, forcing the best players in the world to react to him. Whether he's snapping a puck into the top corner or dragging 3 defenders into the corner before threading a perfect pass through their legs, Celebrini is making the NHL look easy. And the best part of all of it for Sharks fans is that this is just the beginning. So I ask you, how good do you think Macklin Celebrini can truly be? If he's doing this at 19 years old, what will he be capable of during his prime? If you enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate it if you left it a like and subscribe to the channel. Also be sure to let me know what kinds of videos you would like to see in the future, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.